Hi, I'm Christina Wu, author of Cakes That Wow. Today on Bake with Dates, I'll be showing you how to make a delicious sour cream cookie filled with a walnut, honey, and date filling using these beautiful dates from Natural Delights. I'll show you each step of the process as well as what equipment you'll be needing to make these delicious cookies. Let's get started. Let's take a moment to talk about the equipment that we need to make these delicious sour cream and date cookies. I like to use a stand mixer because it's easier to cream my butter and my sugar together and just walk away for a few minutes while I'm getting other ingredients prepared. You can also use a handheld mixer as well, and that'll do the job just fine. You'll need a large whisk to combine your dry ingredients. I also have here a small cookie scoop, which is not the same size as the large ice cream scoop. The portion is going to be different, so try to get a hold of one of the small cookie scoops if you can. You'll need a spoon with a round tip, something that is going to help us make the little hole in which we're going to put our date and walnut filling. I also have some spatulas, which are really useful for scraping down the sides of the bowl to make sure all of the ingredients are being combined when you're making the dough. They're also great for getting in those last little bits of honey or whatever's going to be stuck in the container when you're mixing the ingredients together. So you scrape it all in. And lastly, you also need a food processor. That's what we're going to be using to make the date, walnut, and honey paste. So to make the date filling, you'll need half a cup of chopped dates. I like to get the pitted dates because you don't have to deal with the seed and you can just chop them right up. You'll also need 5 tablespoons of honey and half a cup of walnuts, which you'll be chopping up into smaller pieces as well. Those are going to be thrown into the food processor so that we get a nice filling for the cookies. For the cookies themselves, you'll need 3 sticks or 1.5 cups of salted butter at room temperature, half a cup of sour cream, and 2.5 cups of granulated sugar. Those you'll cream together. Then you'll add your 2 whole eggs and 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. Once that's all combined, you'll be combining your dry ingredients. So we have 4.5 cups of all-purpose flour here, 1.5 tablespoons of cornstarch. The cornstarch is used to give the cookie a little bit more structure so it kind of stays a nice shape. I also have 1 teaspoon of salt and 2 teaspoons of baking powder in here. Those will all be combined together before you throw them in with the wet ingredients, and then you'll have your cookie dough. So some things that I really like about this recipe is that it's a super simple recipe. If you're a home baker starting out, then it's perfect for just trying to get to know how the process of baking works. It's really simple to put the ingredients together. So now we're ready to process the date paste. Let's throw in the walnuts. In goes the dates and those 5 tablespoons of honey. So you should have a pretty thick mixture in there right now. Use your spatula to scrape down the sides. So the best way to fill the cookies is with a piping bag. You're going to need to get your date paste into it. This is the best way to do it. So you'll need a tall drinking glass. Fit the piping bag inside of the glass. So just fold the edges of the bag over the glass like that, and that way you can get your paste in. And you'll notice that I didn't cut the tip of the bag off, and that's because since your date paste will be sitting for just a moment before you fill the cookies, it's kind of nice to be able to squeeze it and give it a good massage before filling up the cookies. That way it will be easier to squeeze into the cookie. We have about 15 minutes before the cookie dough is done chilling, so I'm going to go ahead and prepare my cookie sheet. This is a medium cookie sheet, 11 inches by 16 inches. It should fit about 1 dozen cookies. 12 dozen is a lot. Okay, so the cookie tray is ready to go. And since we have about 15 minutes before the cookie dough comes out, I'm going to go ahead and put on our oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Another thing I like is that you can make a crisper cookie or you can make a soft cookie if you like the chewy soft cookies like myself. I bake these for about 12 minutes, and if you want a more firm, more cooked cookie, then I would do them for about 15 minutes. Okay, so I made about 2 dozen of these cookies. This is just half of them, the rest of them are cooling off back there. I'm really excited to try these out because after developing this recipe a few times and making some tweaks, I think it really turned out to be a good batch. Let's give one a try. This one right here. So the sour cream cookie, if you've never had one before, it's like a fluffy sugar cookie. They're super delicious. I used to get them all the time at this little grandma candy store down the street from my house in my old neighborhood. So my favorite one to get was the sour cream and raisin. I think it would be really good with the date and walnut filling. Well, I've tried it before, but I'm a little biased. So let's see how it is. Nice and soft. The filling's in there. Yep, this is a good cookie. I think you'll be wanting to make a lot of these.